When Alison Horrigan agreed to dog sit, she didn't think she would end up in the hospital. While home alone looking after a Ridgeback cross bull mastiff, a friendly game of fetch quickly turned to a nightmare.
I threw the ball one last time and watched him run off to chase the ball, then I turned to go inside.
The 80-kilogram dog pulled Alison to the floor while she protected her face.
I remember being in shock and looking at my blood-stained clothes. I could see small yellow balls all over my shirt. The doctor later told me that because I had to rip my arm to free it from the dog's mouth, I had pulled away subcutaneous fat from my arm.
After several stitches, a bone crush injury, and an infection, Alison received merely an apology from the owner. After finding out later that dog had attacked before, she felt doubtful on how it was trained. It's because of attacks like this that breed-specific restrictions have been put in place. Dr. Paula Parker, President of the Australian Veterinary Association, believes the breed of a dog is not a significant factor.
It's about, the socialisation of the dog, the environment that it's in, the health of the dog.
In order to avoid these attacks, vets urge owners to take greater responsibility in how their dogs are being raised.
Our first step is that raising awareness and education for people and understanding that, the onus is on them to make sure that they do have their pet socialised and that, that their pet does need regular attention to their pet's health, both physical and mental.
Although it is not only ensuring that owners develop the right social skills for their dog, but a large responsibility lies in people doing research before buying one. Canine behaviourist Mark Singer has spent 37 years working to ensure dogs are treated properly. He believes understanding a dog is vital to being an owner.
And so what it comes down to in most cases is that people are buying dogs and they're not understanding the breed and its requirements. People need to be educated, and we can't blame the dog because people refuse to educate themselves.
The neglect of responsible dog ownership has frustrated Canberra sheep farmer Craig Starr with a loss of about 100 sheep over the last 20 years. One time, he recalls, 2 dogs killed 28 of his mob, and upon speaking to the owner, her actions showed a worrying lack of responsibility.
And she sort of denied it at first, and I said, well, I've got photographs and the dogs were covered in blood and there was dog's anesthetics in the lounge room next to like a sort of 1-year-old baby, which I found quite disturbing that someone would keep 2 dogs that were obviously not worried to kill something, and she's got a little baby just sitting there.
Over his career, Mark has found many vet surgeries and animal welfare groups have enforced positive-only training for dog owners, which he believes actually increases the chance of dog attacks.
In the last 16 years, there's been a big push for this positive-only training, and people have been brainwashed that it's cruel and inhumane to correct or punish a puppy.
His training methods embrace showing a dog what isn't acceptable, a technique many puppy schools now shy away from.
If a dog's raised with no boundaries and there's no consequences to behaviour, then of course a dog's just going to make up its own rules.
After surviving her traumatic attack, Alison Horrigan sees that educating people better will help solve the issue.
We need to empower people to increase their knowledge and skill set before buying animals.